Great, let me stop you there. So, when we work on any excerpt, I always like to ask the two main questions, which the first one is, what are they looking for? What is the musical character of this piece, and what is going to make the committee put down their pencils and get really excited about your playing? And so what would you think about that?
I think it's a really good piece for showing musicality, first of all, very expressive. It's very instructive. It's got a lot of dynamics, lots of articulation. Obviously low, quiet playing with the F off the start, and changing between playing with the basses and playing with the brass.
Exactly. So with Prokofiev, we get to play these melodies, and knowing, you can see on the part when you're moving in a melodic way or you're playing them in more of a harmonic role, and showing that to the committee. So then the other question I ask is, what are the pitfalls? What are the things that make people uneasy or question your technique or question your musicality or make them stop listening to the music? What would you say about that?
Well, connectivity, especially between registers. The intonation can be really touchy, especially this is one of the more obviously tonal excerpts we get, or maybe and melodic, yeah, very a lot to be said in this small.
And so the obvious shortcoming that we potentially might portray is breaking the line.
Yeah.
Right? So breathing too often, and we'll get tuba players who will start it and play. And that for a string player, they're not going to really understand why you have to breathe every two beats. Do the same connectivity on the lower notes so that you have. You're not breathing there, but so you can phrase it as though you were a bass player or a cello player. You can breathe after the F sharp in order to make that, but that sounded fantastic, and all of a sudden the pitch is way better. So now the tricky part is getting a big enough breath after that low E flat. This edition doesn't have a decrescendo, but other editions will. So the way that I'll practice this is I'll break up what we were talking about as the melodic sections versus the harmonic sections. So let's play the third bar. Can you do that once? Even longer on the 16th note, so that we almost like the timpani. Bum bum bum. Remember my idea about a cell before you start. And one of the things about starting this excerpt in particular is that low F speaking clearly. And the first time you articulate it, actually every time you've played it, it's been a bit like a little strong.
Yeah.
And if you want to have that sound of the double bass, that kind of really centered, really focused sound. Really beginning in the middle of the sound. So what I like to do is think about the second phrase first. So I'll start it by going, because by the time you get there, you're in the music. You're not worrying about whether that note is going to speak. So if I go, be-dum, be-da-dee-dee-da-dee-da-dee-dum, 1, 2. right? It puts me in a musical moment. Just sing it in your head and then take a nice big breath and start on the F. That was great. That was great. That was a really good start.